Hey everybody, hope you're having a good weekend. There's going to be dogs barking in the background because I'm dog sitting, and this one is just having a field day, so hopefully it's not too distracting. But if you're not familiar with who I am, my name's Jillian. I'm a dietitian and I blog at jillianmcmullen.com. And I talk about weight loss and nutrition and health and wellness and all of that fun stuff. And just so you guys see who all that background noise is coming from. She's actually a really good dog. My dog's old. He's too old to really care. But she's, I really don't even know what she's barking at. So she's going home today. But hopefully she'll stop soon. So I wanted to talk about minimizing excess weight loss, or minimizing excess skin, should I say, following drastic weight loss. I might have to go inside and let her do her thing out here. But I get this question a lot from people who... I'm going to go inside, or maybe let her inside. From people who lose a lot of weight, and unfortunately sometimes people can let that even hold them back from wanting to lose a lot of weight. If you have, like, we're talking 50 to 100 pounds or more of weight to lose. And I've even heard people say to me, or people have said to me, that they don't even want to lose weight if that's what is in their future, is extra skin. And it really, I mean, it's definitely understandable that you would have that fear. Hey, Kayla, you would have that fear of having all of this excess skin left over, and you don't know what to do about it. And one question that comes up is, well, how do I even keep that from happening in the first place? And there are some things that you can do to minimize it, but there's a few things that you want to keep in mind before you even think about that. And some of you might not like my answer, and that's because to some degree you can't prevent it. There's a few factors here that you have to think about if you're losing a lot of weight. So first is your age. If you're on the younger side, like 20s and 30s younger side, and you haven't been at your current weight for that long, well, first of all, let's start with you're on the younger side. This just means that your skin is more elastic, and it's going to be more likely to snap back into a smaller size than somebody who is older and their skin is just not as elastic, doesn't have the collagen to stretch back or go back into a smaller size. Think about, Kayla, you just had a baby, so you know what I'm talking about. If you're pregnant and you have a baby, then older women, people in their like 40s, might have a little bit more trouble of their stomach snapping back into size versus somebody who's 21 having a child. There's some women that we know that might have 4 kids and they don't look like they've ever had one. And it's because her skin is just more elastic and more likely to snap back into size. It's kind of like that thought process. But then the other thing to think about is how long you've been at that current weight. So if you have been at that current weight for 20, 30 years and now you're trying to lose the weight, your skin has been in that shape, so to speak, for a long time, and it's stretched, and so it's to a degree permanently stretched, and so it may not go back to, or may not go to where you want it to go. And then some of it is just plain old genetics. It is what it is. So those are some things to keep in mind when we're talking about extra skin, and can you minimize it, or can you avoid it altogether? So some of it you just can't control. Now, you can minimize it by making sure that as you're losing the weight, you're exercising, because when you're exercising, you're building muscle mass and you're toning you are going to help that, especially in the arm area. The arms are certainly a really trouble space for people. People, especially women, women in general, end up getting those flaps under the bat wings that they don't like. And as we get older, women just really, we don't have a reason to work those arms in that area out unless we're really cognizant about it and we're intentional about it. And I can tell you just from talking to people that have had plastic surgery in that area, it's a painful place. And if you have plastic surgery in that area, you're still going to have a long scar. Not saying it's not worth it if you have a lot of skin, but certainly doing some, toning exercises help. It may not eliminate it, but it helps. So that's one thing you can do. Drinking a lot of water helps because water makes your skin more elastic. And if you're not drinking water, think about your skin getting dry, flaky, doesn't do a whole lot of justice to make your skin, elastic and doing what it needs to do. So you need to do that. And then there's also natural creams, essential oils, creams, lotions made with essential oils. There are some that have, collagen in them that helps strengthen your skin and add more elasticity to them to help it and reduce the appearance. Now, if all else fails, I've worked with so many people who have had weight loss surgery or just have lost a lot of weight without surgery. And I am a proponent of having weight loss surgery, or not weight loss surgery, but plastic surgery, if you have a lot of extra skin and it's bothering you, bothering maybe your quality of life, your self-image. And I think it's a good idea. If you have worked really hard, you've worked your butt off to lose 100 pounds or 50 pounds, and now you have this area where it's especially in the stomach area, and it's affecting your pant size, your ability to button your jeans, and plastic surgery would make you feel better about yourself. Sometimes it can be a health issue because when you have skin where it's not supposed to be, you do get infections and skin infections. And if you could have those types of things documented, some insurance companies will actually pay for it because now it's a medical reason. But if it's not, and it's just, hey, I've worked my butt off, I feel good about myself, and this would complete the package, I say go for it if you have the means to. It's not something to feel bad about. I'd say go ahead and do it. And I've certainly have worked with people who that's kind of been almost the reward to the end point. They've done all they can leading up to that part. I'll never forget one lady that I worked with. She was in her mid-20s and had weight loss surgery. She did awesome. She lost, I think it was 130 pounds, maybe even a little more than that. And that was the last thing that she needed to do was she got the plastic surgery because she had a lot of extra skin. When we're talking about 15 to 20 pounds of extra skin, it does affect your quality of life. And she was able to have that done and move on with her life. And it can be a really good thing. So you just have to think of it as just kind of completing the package on your weight loss journey. But there are things that you can do to minimize it, especially if you're somebody who's just losing maybe 30, 40 pounds and that you're just trying to minimize what might happen, especially if you're in your arm area. This is why exercising is so important throughout the process, drinking enough water, and also if you have the opportunity, if you're still young, to do it now, because this is when your skin is the most elastic. This is when you haven't been at the heavier weight as long as somebody that's older in life, and your body is a lot more conditioned. Your metabolism is the best it's ever going to be. It's going to be easier on you than 10 years from now. So now is as best as it's going to get. Anyway, so hopefully that's helpful to you, and just gives you a little bit more insight on that topic. It's not something that's talked about a whole lot. So if you want more information on anything I talked about, feel free to reach out to me in a message, or join my private Facebook group, Healthy on a Mission. Usually it's somewhere on my profile, or just search for it, and you can request to be added there. And have a great weekend, and I will talk to you next time.